It's time for Dodger baseball.
What's going on, Dodgers Nation? Doug McCain here. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMac_LA. Thanks for joining us here on the Dodgers Nation post-game show after the ugliest, sloppiest loss of the season for the Dodgers. LA, they lose to the D-backs by a final score of 5-3. Their record drops to 12-5 on the season. And if the Giants win tonight, maybe they already have, that means the Dodgers are half a game out of first place in the NL West. But let me know down below in the comments section who is to blame for tonight's loss? Because the Dodgers, this was one of the sloppiest I've seen the Dodgers in recent memory. They didn't look locked in. They didn't look focused. You saw the game tonight. The Dodgers, they had every opportunity to blow this game wide open, and they just couldn't capitalize tonight. The Dodgers, they hit into 5 double plays. 5 double plays the Dodgers hit in tonight, and if you look at that, I mean, that just tells you some weird stuff happening down in Arizona. 10 double plays was the 10th time in franchise history that the Dodgers have grounded into 5 double plays. So a lot of weird stuff happening down there in Chase Field. Lots of hard hit balls that the Diamondbacks were catching. You saw bad luck belly tonight. We're going to break down this entire game, and of course we have to talk about Gavin Lux's error that really changed the game. Tony Gonsolin, he was cruising in this one. You saw the pitch count was low. Tony Gonsolin in this one, really, in that third inning, he just kind of fell apart after the errors. I mean, 28 pitches in the first 2 innings for Tony Gonsolin combined, and you saw there the pitch count was up, start to lose the command on that splitter, on that fastball just a little bit. We're going to break down this entire game. We're going to talk about it, and we're going to say, hey, I think the big theme tonight is the Dodgers, they just didn't look focused. They looked like they were bored out there going against this historically bad Diamondbacks team. They looked a little checked out. I mean, what is up with Chris Taylor? I mean, Chris Taylor on that play right there. I mean, that one was just insane. Taken off there like there was 2 outs. I mean, was Chris Taylor drunk on that play? I mean, I'm interested to see what he's gonna say after the game on that one, because I mean, that one was really just an inexcusable base running lapse by Chris Taylor right there in the 7th inning. Mookie hits the fly ball to right field. CT3 takes off and he gets doubled up. We're gonna break down this entire game though. Give me your takeaways. What are your thoughts on the Dodgers 5-3 loss? I see a lot of comments here. It's from Daniel DeLeon over on Facebook about Alex Vesia being taken out of the game. Yeah, Vesia, he definitely looked sharp tonight, and you saw what happened there late in the game with Brusdar Graterol giving up that 2-run bomb, and the Diamondbacks, they made him pay for that leadoff walk to Hamill. He walks Hamill to start off the inning, and then David Peralta, he hits that 2-run bomb. Peralta crushed it. It was .433 off the bat, and the Dodgers, they just did really nothing. They kind of laid down there, bottom of the order in the 9th inning, and they didn't do too much against Melanson, who's had a lot of success against the Dodgers over the years. But let's get into this comment section. You guys are bringing the heat. As always, let me hear those fire takes. Moose 1032. The last 2 losses against SD and Arizona were a beating ourselves. They didn't beat us, Doug. We slacked off. But yeah, I mean, look. In Major League Baseball, I don't care if it's a team like the Arizona Diamondbacks, who I think the OKC Dodgers could beat in a series potentially. I mean, there's a chance that could happen. It's Major League Baseball at the end of the day, and it's easy to lose. It's hard to win. I don't care who you go up against, and tonight was a perfect example. Didn't have a raucous crowd there in Arizona. I think the Dodgers playing at home in front of 50,000 people, playing in San Diego in full of a packed house. I think there was a little drop-off in intensity, in adrenaline for LA, and they just didn't look locked in. I think that was evident by the error by Gavin Lux. I mean, that throw was just a terrible throw, not stepping into it, and he had ample time. He kind of waits a little bit, and that wasn't even in Freddie Freeman's zip code there. That's how off that throw was, and it really changed the game because Tony Gonsolin, his pitch count goes up, and then the Dodgers are up against the 8-ball there, trying to get back into the fold. So here we go, Daniel, and then also multiple opportunities. The Dodgers, look at how many times tonight they had the leadoff man off. In the second, Taylor hits a leadoff single. In the third, Trey Turner draws a leadoff walk. In the fourth, Will Smith gets a leadoff walk. In the sixth, Trey Turner, an infield single. In the eighth, Freddie Freeman, he gets that single to drop. So the Dodgers, they had numerous opportunities all night to blow this thing wide open. They out-hit the Diamondbacks tonight. They out-walked the Diamondbacks tonight. But hey, tonight baseball was baseballing really hard. I'm going to tell you really the key play to change this game too in just a second. But let's get into this comment section. And by the way, let me know where you represent Dodgers Nation from. If you're watching us on YouTube, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. If you're new to the channel, hit that like button, hit that notification bell. Guys, like I said, my name is Doug McCain. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMAC_LA. And this is your show. I'm just hosting. I'm here to get your takes and break down all of the action. Bob Nightingale. Anyone else? We're now out to see DMAX here. Yeah, my hat was on the other side of the room, and I thought I was expecting a little bit of a longer ninth inning there. Sorry, I want to jump on here. But to Isaac Johnson, I guess from what I'm hearing, baseball didn't want the Dodgers to win. It's like a game from MLB The Show when you hit a hard ball and you don't get rewarded. I think the Dodgers played cocky. Yeah, I mean, you saw numerous times tonight the Dodgers getting hard contact but not seeing the results. If you look at Baseball Savant, all the exit velos, all the expected batting average, there were so many times tonight where you thought, hey, the Dodgers, they're going to get on base and they're going to blow this thing wide open because, like I said, the Dodgers, they had opportunities to pull away in this game inning after inning, especially when they get to Davies as early as they did. And you look at Davies now, he goes 4 innings, gives up those 3 runs, had the 3 punch-outs. But tonight, yeah, the Dodgers, the offense, they get 6 walks to the Diamondbacks, 3 walks. If you look at the strikeouts, if you look at the hits, Dodgers out-hit the Diamondbacks 9-4 tonight. But yeah, I mean, look, the humidor is a problem, and you know what? You know, Rob Manfred, what he's trying to do with Major League Baseball, you take away the sticky stuff, you put the balls in the humidor. Well, he's a humidork, and I think that he needs to do something about this because, look, yes, you saw Peralta, he crushed one, but I mean, there's been so many times tonight during this season where there's balls where you hear it off the bat, and you think that thing's gone, and then you show the player's reaction, and they're just flummoxed. They don't know what just happened. There was the big leaguer out there that said that it feels like you're hitting a rolled-up sock out there. So I think they're going to do something, and I think that it's typical Major League Baseball. You're waiting during the season, and all of a sudden, they're going to change the ball again. I think that with offense at historic lows again, that they're going to do something about it. But like I said, it was bad luck belly tonight. There was a lot of hard contact, and the Dodgers, yeah, it was just, 5 double plays, and the one in the 7th where Chris Taylor's taking off like it's like there's 2 outs. I mean, that was really inexcusable base running and very uncharacteristic from such an intelligent player. So I'm sure this is a blip for Chris Taylor. I don't expect plays like this in the future, but that definitely hurt because the Dodgers, they had something going. But you mentioned all the hard contact and the Dodgers not being rewarded. Just look at the way that inning started. The top of the 7th, Bellinger, he lines to right there, and on that play, Cody Bellinger, a 450 expected batting average. So maybe you need to put a little more backspin on some of these hits to try to get these out, to get these to drop. And I think, yeah, it was just a weird night from Chase Field. But back into the comment section, why do you think the Dodgers lost tonight? Were they too sloppy? Do you think they are getting a little complacent? Are they losing their focus? But yeah, you mentioned Alex Vesia. He definitely was dealing. He goes an inning, had the 2 punch-outs, had the command, 14 pitches, 10 for strikes. But look, you're not really seeing him go multiple innings very much. It's kind of the up-down with Alex Vesia. And Evan Phillips, he finally gave up that walk. He had retired 19 straight hitters at that point. I think Justin Breaux, he came in, did a nice job. I think all in all, the bullpen, they did pitch very well when you consider the fact that they got 5 innings from the bullpen tonight, and then Brusdar Graterol, he takes the L tonight. And unfortunately, that leadoff walk, that came back to haunt the bazooka. And then Peralta, he hits down. Also, the velo was a little bit. I mean, of course. I mean, you're really splitting hairs there. When it comes to his velo, but I mean, it wasn't as explosive as the bazooka is used to. So, look, I think when it comes to that pitch right there, it was a nice piece of hitting by Peralta. But if you look at Brusdar Graterol, his inning tonight. Yeah, he went in there, just didn't get the job done. But I think all in all, the Dodgers bullpen, of course, they gave the Dodgers a chance to win. To me, it was about the error from Gavin Lux, which we're going to break down in a second here. And just sloppy base running, the double plays tonight, the hard hit balls that they weren't being rewarded by. And you look at, his on the sinker tonight for Brusdar Graterol. Yeah, no, he was fine. I mean, I think it was just kind of lack of a location on that pitch, and he's going with a lot of cutter tonight, 59% cutter from Brusdar. But here we go, back to the comment section. Isaac Lopez Johansson over on YouTube. I guess from what I'm hearing, baseball didn't want the Dodgers to win. You think they played cocky? Not a good night. From Mark Bray, 15 left on base. David Gutierrez, Trey trying to get that stolen base was bad. David Gutierrez, another great example there of just kind of the Dodgers looking checked out. I mean, tonight in that inning, that taking off too early from Chris Taylor. How about taking off too early from Trey Turner there in the top of the third inning? So Trey Turner, he gets that leadoff walk in that inning. JT, he flies to center. Muncy pops to second. And all of a sudden, Turner, he just took off too early. They get him easily at second. And yes, the Dodgers, they have been aggressive this season. They lead all of Major League Baseball with 14 stolen bases. But, yeah, that was definitely a play right there where early on in the game, you're like, hey, man, that's just not smart base running by the Dodgers. And it's not what we've seen early on this season. But back to the comment section right here. We got Stan, the Rams fan. I like that. Your name has a nice ring to it. We can't be going through this crap neck and neck all season again. I think you're talking about the Giants. And I was thinking the same exact thing. I was like, look, I thought it was over. I thought the fact that Buster Posey retired and you had Kevin Gausman, who was actually pitching well in Toronto. I mean, you've seen some turnover in San Francisco, but they continue to win. And you know what I always say, don't doubt Farhan Zaidi. He knows what he's doing up there in San Francisco. So the Giants, it appears like they're going to have another solid season. It's going to be a two-man race in the NL West. I think the Padres, Fernando Tatis Jr. is going to miss too much time. I think they're going to miss too many games early on. I think that it's going to be some separation there. I know the Rockies have gotten off to a nice start, but it's going to be Dodgers and Giants once again in the West. And the Dodgers now a half game behind the Giants in the NL West. They're sitting at 12-5. 2 outs left for the Giants, so I think it's closing in, but let me know. Anthony Keene, on the positive side, Gonson looked good, and Ginger Jesus is coming alive. Yeah, that was definitely, I like that. You know how I get down, Anthony Keene. I kind of, when we have these losses, I like to break it down, like to get into the nuances of these L's, but I also like to look at the Michelada half full, and that definitely was a positive sign, because Justin Turner, you kind of saw the adjustment that he's making with kind of opening up his hips, opening up his stance, and getting to higher velocity pitches tonight. And I think that definitely is a step in the right direction, so to speak, when it comes to Justin Turner. He goes 1 for 4, and I think that's a big key play in this game. So I like that you bring up Justin Turner because I think that was a great example of how baseball was baseballing hardcore tonight, because sometimes you just scratch your head and you ask yourself, what the hell is going on? Because tonight you saw with Justin Turner on that play, the way it ricocheted on that play after the Freddie Freeman single in the 8th. So if you look at the top of the 8th inning, so Freddie Freeman, he gets the single to drop, and then on a 1-2 count, Justin Turner, he doubles to the corner and left, took a nice fortuitous ricochet for Peralta. It bounces right to him. He makes the play. There's a chance that Freddie Freeman could have been sent on that play, especially when you consider it's a 3-3 game. Freddie Freeman, he actually led the National League in runs last year with 120 runs. Definitely not one of the fastest players in the league. I believe he's in the bottom 33rd percentile, but you send him in that situation, and yeah, a very fortuitous bounce for the Diamondbacks in that situation. Ricochets right to Peralta. And then what happens later in that inning? Will Smith, he grounds into the double play. And Will Smith, he's been hitting the ball hard for weeks now. You saw him hit a home run yesterday, and you saw him get that 2-run that 3-run double in tonight's game. So Will Smith, he's been hitting the ball hard. He goes 1 for 3, had the 3 RBIs early in this one. But yeah, baseball was baseball tonight. But are you guys worried about the lack of focus that we saw tonight, the complacency from the Dodgers? Because I didn't like the base running from Chris Taylor, from Trey Turner. I did not like the defense from Gavin Lux, which we haven't broken down yet. Ball is dead. Do you guys think the ball is going to be, do you think they're going to do something with the ball? Do you think that the humidor is a little too much? I mean, what are your thoughts on the dead ball, the humidor ball? Because, like I said, I think that Rob Manfred is a humidoric, and I think they need to do something about that. But back in the comment section, ball is dead from Josh Bagwell. This is different from Walker Buehler's burner. JT hits into so many double plays. Yeah, he does tend to do that. That definitely is a part of his game. But Moose, but look, but you take the good with the bad when it comes to Justin Turner, and yeah, you're starting to see him get some better contact. You're starting to see him see the ball better, and I think that when it comes to JT, when he really struggles, it's high velocity pitches, and they're just blowing it past him. And I think that you're seeing the adjustment from him in the box. You're seeing it pay dividends. So they need JT, especially if he's going to hit in his spot in the order, in the cleanup spot there. He has to produce tonight. He's up to 206 with his average. So we're going to get into, Mookie Betts. Look, that is the thing, is that just so vital to this team's success. If Mookie Betts struggles, this team struggles. We've seen it this year. In the games that he scores, all of his runs have scored in games the Dodgers have won this season. If you look at Mookie Betts tonight, he goes 0 for 4, and he's now hitting 190 on the season. So what I say after Mookie Betts hit those 2 home runs, I said it takes more than one game to get into a slump, and it takes more than one game to get out of a slump. And I think that when it comes to Mookie at the top of the order, you kind of worry about that on-base percentage. I mean, you're seeing him take more walks, but look, we know that this team, for it to really click on all cylinders, to really be the big blue wrecking crew that we know it's capable of being, it's already one of the most potent offenses in all of Major League Baseball. But if you really get Mookie Betts going and Max Muncy going, then Justin Turner going, then we'll see this offense really start to thrive and start to click on all cylinders. But Luis S., a rolled up sock, yeah, no, right? We got Giants fans coming here because the hippies up north are too busy jumping trees. Damian Caminetti, that one was a true team loss. They got it tomorrow from Lance. Yeah, tomorrow it's Galentine's D versus the Urias, the Julio Urias. Brain fart from CT3, a big brain fart. I'm telling you, man, he loves beer and surfing. Well, I mean, he looked a little drunk on the base pass there. I mean, the way he was sprinting, and I'm curious to see what he has to say in the post-game press conference to the media. But the complacency, Giants win, 2 sloppy and dead balls. It starts to go. The defense of Lux from Craig Osterberg. That is why the Dodgers lost tonight. So let's discuss that. We'll discuss the bottom of the 3rd inning, because that really is the story of this game. The bottom of the 3rd inning, the Dodgers up 3-0. They get another one of those big innings that we saw early in the 1st inning. So let's break that down, and then we're going to talk about the 3rd here. But I want to see more of your takes. You guys are firing away in the comment section. If you're watching on Twitter, be sure to retweet the show. If you're watching on YouTube, do yourself a favor and like the show, because like I said, this is your show, guys. You guys are part of this action, and here we go. We got King Yellowman, we got the Bells, we got Giants win, 1st place, we own the West, go Giants, and Billy. All I got to say to that is NLDS Game 5. The Dodgers have faced the Giants in the postseason one time, and they're 1-0. So let's talk about that. But we got that on you guys. Now, those bragging rights feel really good. It's a nice trump card to have. But here we go. It's fine. We can't win them all from Jonathan. We got Daniel. And what did 1st place get the Giants last year? There you go. Ray Barrios. It's a long marathon of a season. We will see. We got Hermes. I like that. Giants fans in here trying to they're trying to gloat, trying to celebrate on this Dodgers team that has also gotten off to a great start, a team that I think is built for that postseason success. But hey, you got to give the Giants credit. They won a franchise record 107 wins last year. But what happened in the NLDS? The Dodgers didn't just win, they won up in San Francisco. So it was beautiful. It was a beautiful moment for the Dodgers. Max Scherzer gets his first career saves. Flores definitely went on that one. But here we go. Yes, losses like this will give San Francisco the division. No, but I definitely think so. Ed Rivera, I definitely think that you have to. I think it'll be a good thing for the Dodgers at the end of the day. You don't want to get complacent and win your division by 25 games. Yes, you definitely want to have some separation at the end, but knowing that the Giants are competitive again, the Dodgers, they can't take their foot off the gas all season. And I think that did lead to some burnout last year. I don't want to ride out the Giants, but I don't think they're going to have 107 wins again this year. But here we go. We got Go Doyers from Ed Rivera. Shout out D-Mac all the way from Warsaw, Poland. Hey, man, that's why this is not just Dodgers Nation. It's Dodgers Nation. We got my man all the way from Poland. Thanks for rocking with us, man. I appreciate you. Samuel Kim, San Francisco has an easy schedule right now. Let's see when they play tougher teams. That's a fantastic point from Damien. We got Michael, is Dustin May around this year? Yeah, I mean, you saw Dustin Mania in that Dodgers dugout, and I think when it comes to Dustin Mania, Tim Neverett was mentioning that he's already throwing he's going to start throwing his breaking ball in bullpen sessions, and the expectation is that Dustin May is going to be helping this Dodgers team out of the Dodgers bullpen at some point after the All-Star break. But here we go. We got Angela Landa. Was there full moon or what? Yeah, like I was saying, it was weird tonight. Baseball was baseballing hard. 5 double plays for the Dodgers. Believe it or not, that wasn't even the record for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Their record was 6. They turned 6 double plays, 6 pitchers' best friends against the Tampa Bay Rays a few years back. But what about Mookie at batting leadoff? Isn't it time to put Trey up there from Boomer Assassin? I mean, look, I think at the end of the day, Mookie Betts, he has a lot to say in where he bats in this Dodgers lineup. He has a lot of influence on Dave Roberts and this entire organization because he did sign that 12-year, $365 million contract. And he can also say that if you remember back in 2020, Dave Roberts was batting Mookie Betts at the leadoff, at the 2 spot, in the 2 hole, and you saw Jock Peterson batting leadoff. We saw Max Muncy batting leadoff. And Max Muncy is a guy that even when he's struggling at the plate with the stick, he still has the on-base percentage. He still has the ability to get on via the walk, but you also have Trey Turner, a guy that maybe as a leadoff man he can get on and steal bases, but I think Mookie Betts, you just have to bet on the fact that he's going to get right, and he's going to find his swing, find his rhythm at the plate, and you just can't make any too rash decisions when it comes to Mookie. You have to still be a little patient. You have to remember has been a little banged up. And I think when it comes to Marcus Lynn Betts, I don't think we're at the point. I think we are at the point after a few good games and now a few down games that maybe, let me ask you guys down in the comment section, because you know how it goes on this show. We call him Mookie when he's playing like Mookie. We call him Marcus when he's playing like Marcus. Are we back to calling him Marcus again? Let me know down below in the comment section. Moose 1032, we saw complacency last season too. Ron Brion, we will bounce back tomorrow. Go Big Blue. Okay, let's talk about that third. Let's talk about the first inning for the Dodgers first. So top of the first inning, Betts grounds to third for the first out. Not a great at-bat for Mookie there. And then Freeman, he draws a 5-pitch walk. And then Trey Turner walks, extends his on-base streak to 35 games, gets his 2-seamer on Zach Davies. And then that's what Zach Davies is trying to do. Zach Davies, he's trying to get that 2-seamer, work the edges, and then get that changeup down in the zone to work for him. And you saw what Trey Turner was able to do. He gets a walk, so Zach Davies' command was off early in this one. And then Muncy, he hits a ground ball to the right side. He was a little out in front. So yeah, you saw the approach from the Dodgers. They're very patient at the plate with Zach Davies. You could see the game plan heading into this one. Be patient. You're going to get pitches to drive, and that definitely was the approach early on. And then Justin Turner, he has had a lot of success for his Davies. 7 for 20 with a home run. He strikes out on a changeup down. He got JT to chase out of the strike zone. And then Max Muncy, he hits a ground ball to the right side. He was a little out in front of it, but Perdomo dives for it to make the stop, and it squirts out of his glove. Muncy gets himself an infield single to load the bases. So with the bases loaded on a 2-1 count, Will Smith, he slaps a double to right center field. He clears the bases, a 3-run double for Big Willie style, the clutch prince, and a great piece of hitting from Will Smith. Davies was trying to work him with that changeup up and down. that changeup up down in the zone. Will Smith, he gets himself into a hitter's count, got a pitch right up over the plate. Nice job of pulling his hands in right there. Makes great contact, hits that double, and that puts the Dodgers up 3-0. Freeman scores on the plate, Trey Turner scores, and Max Muncy. So 3-0 Dodgers. You're feeling good about this one. It's looking like it could be a laugher, and yeah, you saw what happened later in this one. Not very much doing for the Dodgers after this, and that was all she wrote. That was all the runs the Dodgers were able to score. So then on a 3-2 count, Bellinger, he goes down, and that was it for the Dodgers in that inning. So let's jump to the bottom of the third inning, because really this game can be explained in 2 innings. In the third inning right there. In 2 innings, the first inning and the third inning. So bottom of the third inning, Tony Gonsolin, you saw the first 2 innings. He was working ahead. He was mixing up his pitches nicely, and then the error by Lux really proved costly. So on an 0-2 pitch, Perdomo singles to center, and Gonsolin was trying to throw a splitter down, but it just didn't have that bite on that pitch, and Perdomo, he singles to center. Then he walks Herrera on 4 pitches, and he just couldn't locate his heater in that at-bat. Then Gonsolin, he spikes a breaking ball in the dirt. Will Smith tries to backhand it, has trouble finding it. The runners advance to first and second and third with no outs, and then on a 2-pitch to Varsho, he hits it right to Lux, and Perdomo and Herrera, he hits it right to Lux, and he just throws it wide, yanks it, and he wasn't able to make the throw to first. That goes as an error, and Perdomo and Herrera, they score on the play, and it made it 3-2 Diamondback, 3-2 Dodgers. So they capitalize on that errant throw by Gavin Lux. 2-run score for the D-backs. That makes it 3-2 Dodgers. And like I said earlier, that throw was just not even in the same zip code as Freddie Freeman. Yes, it was a rocket off the bat. It was a hard hit ball, but it goes right to Lux. He had ample time to make that throw, and he just wasn't able to complete the throw. And Freddie Freeman, he's a big dude, okay? We know Fredericks from Hollywood. Shout out to Anthony Kane. Fredericks from Hollywood. We know that he can make that stretch. We know he's a Gold Glove first baseman, but yeah, that was just too wide, wasn't going to get it done. And then on a 1-2 count, Smith singles to right center, scoring Varsho to tie things up at 3. So Gonsolin on that pitch, he leaves it up in the zone. Smith keeps that bat through the zone. D-backs, they get another run on that hit. The base hit by Varsho, that tied things up at 3. So that's when things really changed in the game. Diamondbacks able to tie things up there, and then the count when it was and then he gets the ground, and like I said, that was what Gonsolin was after. He was after that ground ball. He was trying to get that ground ball, and unfortunately, Lux just wasn't able to make the play. And look, we know that Lux has had some issues making throws in the past. We've heard about maybe him, Doug, D-Mac, there you go, postseason success. That's what it's all about. Our fan base is strong. Yeah, do we have that many Giants fans in the comments? I know I have some family that are Giants fans that like to come on here every now and then. Maybe it's my man Noah. Are you in the comments trolling? Because it is. Hey, it's all good, because like I said last year, the Giants fans really helped bring this show to more nights a week, because like I said, we're doing double the shows this year because of the success of the show, and that's thanks to you guys. And last year we had so many Padres fans, we had so many Giants fans helping out the show. But yeah, you saw in that inning, Lux just wasn't able to make that play, but there has been some talk about him having some throwing issues, having some yip issues in the past. We saw him work with Steve Sachs, and I think this is a one-off thing. I don't think that he's going to struggle to make throws the entire year. And I think that when it comes to Gavin Lux, it's about just completing the throw and just taking a step and just making the throw and hitting your target right there. And you don't have to just you kind of have to gun it. He does kind of have this propensity to kind of just toss it up there. He just has to go out there and make a good throw, and especially when you got a Gold Glove first baseman Freddie Freeman, a guy you can trust. Go out there and you have to trust your ability out there, Gavin Lux. And I think that there is a mental component to it for Gavin Lux, but I fully trust that he's going to be able to get the job done. And I don't think it's going to be a problem the entire season or anything like that. But here we go. Just relax, Giants fans. Remember last year's playoffs. Moose 10-32. Giants know we own them. They fear us. I like that. Man, hey, man, that's how I know the season is starting. That's how I know the season is starting, because we got the Giants fans, and we got the Giants fans, and we got the Dodger fans going at it. But all I got to say is shout out to Gabe Morales because that was the right call on that Flores check swing because, hey, come on, he totally went. He totally went. I mean, especially when you look at it being a little karma, a little payback from the summertime when Ruff went as well on that Kenley save that should have been that really cost the Dodgers the division. But we won't get too deep into that one. We won't get too deep into the weeds on Dodgers-Giants 2021 because I think that another chapter is unfolding before our eyes early on. And the Dodgers now a half game behind the Giants in the NL West. The Dodgers, they lose to the D-backs tonight. The Giants, they win in the Battle of the Bay. They beat Oakland next season. By the way, where do you guys want to see Oakland move? The Oakland A's. I know I always try to ask like one or two like off-topic questions. Where do you guys want to see the A's play their baseball next season? Where do you want to see them move eventually? Do you want them to stay in Oakland? Do you want to see them go to Las Vegas? Do you want to see them go to Portland? Me, I want them to go to Portland. Of course, they can't change their names because it has so much history, and I just love the Oakland A's uniforms. They're one of my favorites. Love Moneyball. But I do think that if Portland gets an expansion team, they should call it the Portland Birkenstocks. Not the White Sox, the Red Sox, the Portland Birkenstocks. What are your thoughts on that one? But basketball sucks. No Lakers. That's from Rams. E40 is your hype man. Hey, tell me when to go. Robert, Slater, and Flores, 3-run shots. Yet Marcus. We got Anthony Keene. He's turned back into Marcus real quick, bro. LOL. Okay, so that's it. You make the call now on Anthony Keene. LLWC, Mookie is more like Mookus right now. Man, I've heard them all. I've heard Dookie Bets. I've heard Mookie Butts. Mookie Bust. You guys are rough. We got no win, no super chat for you, Ivy Straw. I respect that. I respect that. But hey, I'm also here to give you guys a shoulder to cry on, a therapy session, if you will. The sky isn't falling for your Dodgers. The major reason why we lost was the Dodgers hit into 5 double plays. Yeah, we talked about that earlier. The Dodgers, only 10 times in franchise history have they hit into 5 double plays. So it definitely was a rarity. But at the same time, too, look, yes, you had the double plays, but why did you have the double plays? Would you have had a 5th double play if Chris Taylor didn't have that base running blunder where he had the serious brain fart on the base pass? And look, we saw last year in the NLCS, Chris Taylor had a little bit of a brain fart on the base pass. Now, he's an invaluable player, and we know that he is an above-average base runner, and he has great instincts, but every now and then, you just never know. Count them 5. I like that. I like this going back and forth. Tomorrow is another day. What up, Deborah Young? How's it going? Who's pitching Saturday? I'm going. Hey, you're going to see your boy Clayton Kershaw. I'm going to be there on Saturday in the clubhouse, getting you guys content. I'll be asking the players all kinds of questions that you guys can let me know. What you guys are going to ask the players, because I'm going to be in the clubhouse Saturday, and we're going to be bringing you guys that Clayton Kershaw content on Saturday because it's Kirk Gibson's bobblehead day, and also Clayton Kershaw, he's going to become the Dodgers' all-time strikeouts leader. So that's going to be pretty awesome. Clayton Kershaw is going to be he's going to pass Don's. Well, hopefully. I mean, hopefully he needs 4. He needs 3 to tie, 4 to pass Don Sutton. So it's going to be pretty awesome. And he's done it in significantly less innings, significantly less games. But yeah, it's going to be a special day. A special day at Chavez Ravine when Clayton Kershaw gets the record. Right now, the record, by the way, it's Don Sutton. He's thrown 2,009. He has 2,696 punch-outs in his career with the Dodgers. That's how many punch-outs he got. Clayton Kershaw currently sitting at 2,693. Number 3 is Don Drysdale with 2,486, followed by the left arm of God, Sandy Koufax, at 2,396. But here we go. Game was lost after that Lux error. They never recovered from it. Yeah, they did, but like I said earlier, they had multiple opportunities all night long. You saw them getting the leadoff man on in the 2nd, the 3rd, the 4th, the 6th, the 8th. I mean, so many different opportunities tonight. The base running blunders, the sloppy play. I just didn't like the focus from the Dodgers tonight. I didn't like the focus, and that one has to be on you, Doc. And I'm not blaming this loss on you, but like I said, I mean, it is a long season, but each and every win counts the same. The Dodgers now 12-5 on the year. Diamondbacks 7-11, so 7-11. And you saw today the Dodgers, they end up going 6 left on base for the Dodgers, 2 for 8 with runners in scoring position. And you saw double plays all night. 5. Count them, 5 double plays for the Dodgers. Still tough to comprehend. But here we go. We got LMAO, Let 'em know, Doug. What up, Austin Lime over on YouTube? Giants fans are so pathetic. They come on here and hype their team because it's the only other place they will get any attention. Yeah, I mean, look, man, it's San Francisco. We know that. We know that the Dodgers are a team that they took care of business, and they silenced San Francisco in Game 5 of the NLDS, and that's why that series was so monumental, because we know that the other team is going to have that trump card. Now, you're going to have Giants fans out there saying even years, and yes, that is the case, but at the end of the day, the Dodgers, they have 6 World Series titles in Los Angeles compared to your 3. So you do the math there. At the end of the day, the Dodgers, yeah, the Giants, great franchise. You got to give them credit. You respect the Giants as far as what they've accomplished in their career, in their franchise's history. I mean, come on. I always say, even if you're a Giants hater, if Willie Mays walked through that door, you would definitely ask for a picture and an autograph. So you got to respect them from that sense. But when it comes to the current years, and what's going on this year, I'm still very confident that Dodgers, they're going to win this division and get another division record, another division streak going. And then this time they'll catch the Braves at 14, hopefully. But, yeah, I mean, the thing, too, is I think the other big takeaways tonight, I thought Evan Phillips pitched well. I thought Brule did a nice job. I thought Alex Vesia, he was looking electric at times. I think Brusdar Graterol, Cutter looked a little flat. You saw him kind of missing his spots. And I think with Brusdar Graterol, I mean, if you connect on some of those, you're going to hit it out. And he's done a really good job at inducing soft contact and going out there and getting ground balls and fly balls, and really, he hasn't allowed an earned run all season before tonight, but tonight just Peralta got the best of him. But here we go, Las Vegas in the house. We got they're going to Vegas. Okay, this is for where you guys want to see the Oakland A's move to. Wilfredo says Vegas. We got Eugenio Perez. They are going to Vegas. Anthony Keene. A's are useless. Oklahoma, interesting. What's happening to Bauer? I mean, look, at this point, nothing really. I mean, there hasn't been very much new information other than another extension on his administrative leave. And I think the big question for Bauer is he the question I have, what I'm wondering is, has he communicated with Major League Baseball? Because I think the fact that he is starting another lawsuit to try to clear his name and to try to exonerate himself really publicly, I think that kind of tells me that he's a guy that's not going to be a guy that's going to sit there and negotiate a suspension. He's going to be a guy that wants to go out there and he wants to clear his name any way he can. So I think that the big question I have is, has he communicated with Rob Manfred and the powers that be at Major League Baseball? So until then, we're not going to get our answer, and I think that has Trevor Bauer got those texts? I mean, I think it goes pretty deep. I think at this point I owe you guys another video on Trevor Bauer because it's been so long, and I'll do a deep dive for you guys. But here we go. Lux error. We got love you, D-Mac. Hey, Austin Line, love you back, man. EB Bauer is going to use the interesting. Samuel Kim, stay in Oakland and build that stadium next to Oakland Port like they have discussed. Yeah, I mean, that to me, I feel bad for what's happening in Oakland because you saw they lost the Warriors, you saw they lost the Raiders, and now the A's, they're going to lose the A's. I mean, look, the Oakland Coliseum is, let's just say, it's a dump. Okay, let's just be honest here. I mean, it's not the nicest looking stadium on the planet. So it's definitely seen better days. And I think that, look, you're not going to make it a Major League Baseball these days unless you have a state-of-the-art stadium with luxury boxes, with amenities. You got to create an environment where people want to go to, not just to watch the baseball game, not just to watch the game. You want to create an environment where fans want to walk around the stadium and eat at different places and drink beer and hang out. And, yeah, they're definitely not doing that in the Devil's Butthole, a.k.a. the Oakland Coliseum. But here we go. In and out, get the hell out of the stadium. Okay, it's called Doug. I know it's early, but what's your prediction on any trade deadline acquisitions for the Dodgers, if there will be any? Daniel, you guys know that's my main squeeze. You know that I love the trades. I live for the trades. I mean, I would trade my grandma if I knew that it would help the Los Angeles Dodgers win baseball games. No, I'm just playing. I love you, Glenn. But I will say that you guys know, if you watch my show, that I've had my eyes on Frankie Montas for quite some time. I want to bring him back to L.A. He's gone off to a great start so far this season, really picked off to where he left off last year when he had so much success. And you're seeing He's keeping opponents at bay. You're seeing his peripherals are very, very impressive. And I think Frankie Montas, if you were on the topic of the Oakland A's, to take advantage of that bazaar, of that fire sale, let's raid the A's. So I think Frankie Montas, I think that his price is going to go up the more success he has. But I definitely am of the belief that the Dodgers, even as well as Walker Buehler looked last night, and even as well as good as Clayton Kershaw's looked in his starts this season, that look, starting pitching is what wins. And Frankie Montas, he has the stuff that plays up in the postseason. And to me, I still firmly believe the Dodgers should consider adding another frontline starter. I do love what I've seen from Julio Urias so far, but like I said, you just never know when these guys are going to run out of gas. And we saw that the reason why the Dodgers season went through the wayside last year and really where it all fell apart was what happened. Max Scherzer, dead arm, rest in peace. We had Walker Buehler pitching on short rest. He was running out of gas. He gave the Dodgers everything he had. Of course, there was the at bat to Rosario. Should have thrown some more pitches in the dirt, went with too many fastballs. I think that's, Will Smith can take a little bit of blame on that one, but he just didn't have it. Julio Urias didn't look like the same guy. So I'm definitely of the belief that I want to add another starter. But this one's on Dave. This one's on Dave for Mr. Classic. I think this one is on baseball being baseball and poor base running. The Gavin, I mean, look, the Dodgers lost 5-3. Of course, Bruce Dark Gratterall, he gives up that bomb to Peralta, but look, that the error by Lux, that is what proved to be so costly tonight, and you saw that today. So I think when you look at it, that really was kind of the big issue for the Dodgers in this one. So I really don't believe that you can really kind of say that really you can't really pin this one on Dave as much. But yeah, back to you guys in the comments section, and then we're gonna head out of here. We'll get some more takes from you guys. But did you guys pin this loss on Dave Roberts? I mean, let me know down below in the comments section. Here we go. All right. We got Vesia is a better pitcher at this point. Free Bauer from Rod Wilson. Bauer is suing the woman now. They're going to extend it one more week. My wife's boyfriend says Giants suck from Nando 390. Yeah, I like that. There we go. We got. Oh, let's check here. Things all messed up. I'll fix it later. Back into so Dodgers, they take the loss tonight. We'll do some more rapid fire on your comments, guys, and we will head out of here. We have Dodgers need to go get Malley. Yeah, Malley's another guy. Like I said, if you guys been watching my stuff, he's another guy that's been on my radar for quite some time as well. I definitely am a fan of Malley. I think that the Dodgers can make him even better. So I think that he's another guy that he has plus stuff. I like his fastball. He's got a nice pitch mix as well. And I think when you talk about Tyler Malley, he's a guy that he's on that Cincinnati Reds team that they're also in a really bad position. I think that before the season you saw Krall kind of say that they weren't going to trade Castillo and Malley, and then of course Castillo got injured a little bit, so there's that issue. But I think if you look at Tyler Malley, he's definitely another name you want to keep your eye on as far as guys that could add. Because he's a guy, he's got above average chase rate. He misses barrels. He limits hard contact. Walk percentage, I think that's the issue early on this season, walking a little too many guys. Fastball velocity, I think, was better last season. So he is a guy that I think he would be potentially attractive for the Dodgers. I mean, throws a lot of that four-seam fastball. And I think, they'll want to probably increase his slider usage, but he's a name that they might consider. But yeah, we'll do some more stuff on trades. Yeah, I got to get back into some trade stuff for you guys. Still kind of early on. We'll kind of assess our needs. But yeah, here we go. Back into the comment section. A couple more, and then we will be out here. And you guys can enjoy the rest of your Tuesday night. The weird one tonight in Arizona. The Dodgers, they take the loss by a score of 5-3. They fall to 12-5 on the season. Let's get some more fire takes here, guys. Bring the fire takes, and then we will head out of this one. But here we go. JT with a warning track power from Blue Magic. David, fielding is killing us, Doug. Don't you agree? I definitely think that the defense has been sloppy early on. It's been clunky early on in certain spots. I'm a little disappointed with Trey Turner. I mean, he's a guy at his peak. He was like an 8 defensive run saves guy has been a negative so far this season. I think, yeah, I mean, definitely the defense has left a lot more to be desired, but I definitely agree with that. It's definitely a part of this. The early assessments, the early returns on the defense have not been impressive, but that game was tough to watch from Jeff H. DN Nation, the Blue Nation. Yeah, my man. Angels are contenders. King Yellowman. That's a bold statement. No Bauer, no ring from Gary A. Trout won't make the playoffs. You see that triple he hit, the little check swing triple? That was amazing. May will be back. Dodger fans are ruthless when they lose. Yeah, I can definitely agree with you on that one. LOL, a lot of balls were hit directly to D-backs outfielders. Yeah, that's kind of the point I made earlier. Lots of hard contact, but right into the gloves of these Diamondback players. I mean, you need some more backspin on some of those, and it was a frustrating night from that standpoint as well. But, yeah, guys, thanks for rocking with us after the Dodgers lose to the Diamondbacks. Like I said, we're going to be rocking with you guys all season here on the Dodgers Nation postgame show. More and more shows, and it's all thanks to you guys. So keep the comments coming. Keep the fire takes coming. Be sure to smash that like button. Hit that notification bell. Tell your friends who are Dodger fans to watch the show. You can also find it on podcast form that we'll be uploading the very next day. But yeah, we definitely have a lot in store for you guys. We got a new show coming out tomorrow called Designated Twitter that is all about your Twitter takes. So we'll get your YouTube takes from that too. So a lot of new shows for you guys. But thanks for rocking with us, guys. Dodgers take the loss. They're going to get him tomorrow. You got Urias versus Zach Gallen tomorrow. It's going to be Galentine's Day versus the Urias. But thanks for rocking with us. The Dodgers lose tonight. A sloppy, weird one in Arizona. But like I said, baseball is going to baseball sometimes. You can't win them all. Dodgers still in a great position, but they do fall out of first place now, a half game behind the San Francisco Giants in the NL West. And after last season, we know that this is going to be a two-man race in the NL West, and all these wins are very, very important, especially when you're going up against an opponent like the Diamondbacks. They took care of business against an inferior opponent, and I think the Dodgers, they got to do the same and get that series win tomorrow. But yeah, guys, thanks for rocking with us. As always, my name is Doug McCain. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMac_LA. For our latest Dodgers news, rumors, hype videos, breakdowns, interviews, and more, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and if you want to see us post even more Dodgers content, smash that like button. A couple more takes from here before we head out. Blue Magic Urias on the mound, mañana. Stan, the Rams fan, City of Champions, Los Angeles. DN, 2 beers, peace. I be stroking. I'm definitely going to crush one for sure. Budweiser sent us some, but I didn't take them home. Onesies, LOL. But yep, guys, good game. Bow down, Giants. Think blue, bleed blue. Yeah, guys, that's how you know it's time to wrap it up. So yeah, guys, see you next time. Dodgers lose, but they're gonna get them tomorrow. It's an early start too. An early start tomorrow. Gallen versus Urias. But see you guys soon. And until next time, think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out.
It's time for